Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's time for another day of Mathtorio. I took a look at the problem a little bit after the episode yesterday, and I have come to a conclusion which I am not particularly satisfied with. Come, let me show you the horror. So, generally speaking, I have kept with this idea of here, we're going to take a survey. Take a walk with me. We're going to gather some data. So right here, this guy eats 5, puts out 3. And that's it's a bit unique. And this eats 3.3, puts out, like 2-ish. Oh, really? We're back at that? I thought I had fixed you. Okay, we'll try again. This thing eats 3, puts out 1. This guy, lead, eats 3, puts out less than 1. Aluminum eats 10, puts out 2. And then right here, eats 3, puts out 1. Our buddy tin eats 3, puts out 1. And the problem child eats 10, puts out 2. So aluminum and chromium share a problem in that they have far more ore requirements than anything else. And so if we do a little math, so on this line right here, this dedicated red belt, we have 12 of these guys right here. So 12 times 10 is 120 a second to have these guys go. Then we do a little math. This delivers 30 a second, stacked 4 high. That's 120 a second. So this means if I can saturate this entire belt, which I can't, then all of this will work, and there's no point in even speed modulating any of this because it will be throttled on input. So I'm faced with a choice. And the difference between aluminum over here and chromium is that aluminum ends real fast. It goes straight into a giant concentration step right here. See, eats 3, puts out 6, and then even with that, there's a bunch of pass-throughs. It goes liquid first off, which is a giant concentration step, and then just gets concentrated. Whereas chromium right here, I checked the math again. The math is unfortunately correct. Starts out very consumptive and then expands. It gets bigger as time goes on. And so I realized 2 things. I will not be able to keep this block fed. Just even in the fantasy world where I have enough whales constantly coming in that will constantly spew out this ore, even in that world, it does not work. So what do? I've got 2 options. The first, most straightforward option is to just cut this in half. That will put it on par with its more normal brothers, and we will still have the same level of consumption, given that they consume chromium jaw crushers consume so much ore. And then cut all this in half, and it'll be a reasonable size. It'll be comparable to everything else, and we'll probably process the same amount of ore. Or, in the name of aesthetics, I keep this. I keep all of this full, and I just kind of think to myself that half of these aren't going to be there, So it'll make nicer screenshots, and that'll be all nice and even this entire way, but I'll just eliminate half of this and just pretend I never saw it. So do I err on the side of efficiency, or do I err on the side of beauty? Because I could rip all this down and then eliminate half of these and drag them up here and put them in there. And it will look non-symmetrical, but it will work. And it will be most compact. Or do I not do that? And I honestly don't know. I have to decide in probably the next 10 seconds because I got to get going. And I think we're going to go with honesty. I think that's what we do. We realize that screenshots are the main way we communicate with the world. But even more important than screenshots being nice and pretty and everything being even and symmetrical is a factory that is true to itself. And being true to itself means not having buildings around that I know will never function. All right. So I am now going to rip out half of these. We're going to move all these up here, and then we're going to move everything up. And we'll rebuild based on that. It is decreed. Let's do it. So all these guys no longer are here. In you go. So we will trim this properly, and then we'll probably have to do something about power. And then maybe we'll make it as far as gold today. With this idea, we are still processing about the same volume as ore as every other ore type. So it's not like we're stiffing chromium at all. It's just we're doing things a little different here. And I know, it is different and therefore wrong. But at the same time, maybe it's better. Maybe. All right, we got to do math again. Notepad, come here. We're going to do this all from the beginning, actually. We're just going to... Yeah, we know a petroleum gas generator. We're just going to stick it down there. So now we only have 18, and they're producing 2 a second, right? That's what it is? Yeah, 2 a second. Nah, even I can do that math. That's grade 1. And then we have to do a reflux calculation. But this is also producing... we're going to do the full balance right here because I've messed it up so much. 18... No, wait, that's just this, right? No. Yeah, it is just this. Okay. So now we're into Jaw Crusher land, I think. Yeah. Where we take all the grade 1 and we smash it down. All right, and so this is 36 units a second divided by 4 a second. So that's really quite dramatic. And we only need 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we need another row because there's reflux involved here. So let's grab all of you. No, we want to cut here. And just drag it straight up and find a spot for it. And we're not going to be putting anything else here, so just drop it down right there. And so this is what we're going to look like. That doesn't look terrible. And like I said, the factory is true to itself. So through the power of this enlightened soul, embodied in this area of the factory, we shall try to overcome the trials which are chromium gold. All right, so now we have this line coming down. And don't worry, I'm going to have to calculate that too. That work? No. All right, so there we go. So everyone else is going to get scooched up. Actually, everyone else is going to get picked up right now. Because now it's time to reap the savings. Right here, right? All right, next up, we need some number of these guys. We're going to be producing some amount of, and now we do that. This produces arrow. No, on the first pass through, there's going to be a difference because it refluxes. So it refluxes right here by making chromite grade 2 into grade 1. Wait a second. I didn't do the thing. So on the first pass through, we take 36 grade 1, 36 grade 1, and then it goes into half of it goes into grade 3, and then the other half is it's 9, so it's 9 times 0.8 a second, 7.2 grade 2. 7.2 grade 2 now goes to down here. Huff, 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 huff. Divide by 0.5. Don't think about that for a moment. And then multiplied by 3.2 times 3.2. I better not get to the end of this and find I made a math error. 4.6 grade 1. So we have the same reduction step. We take that 4.6 and we divide it by 36. We see it comes out to, what's that, 1/6? That is a times 0.128 from the reflux. So 36 grade 1. And then on the next reflux, 36 grade 1, and then the next reflux is obviously 4.6, and then we multiply it by our multiplier again, because some of that will reflux as well, and we get like 0.2. All right, so this is as far as we go for that. So the total grade 1 is now 40.8. 40.8 total grade 1. Now we can go back and make sure that we have sized this correctly. And spoiler alert, we have 40.8 divided by 4. It says we're going to need 10 of these guys. And we got a lot more than 10. So great. This is oversized, but what can you do? It's 2 rows. I just filled them. All right. Perfect. And we have taken care of all the grade 2 problems now. So, I suppose we haven't done a grade 2 balance yet. So it's, and then that grade, this grade 2 right here will become grade 1. So it's going to be another, this percentage. So it's going to be 7.2. I didn't do this yesterday. Plus 7.2 times 0.18, because it's that much of a reduction, right? Or it will be a different reduction. So we put in, this is in respect to grade. No, we shouldn't be doing this. We should be doing this with this. This is how we obtain total grade 2. And then it's, here, I'm even going to get up there. And so we have 40.8 divided by 4. That gives us our 10 and a bit. And then it produces 0.8 grade 2 a second. So in total, we're going to have 8.16 total grade 2. All right. So we look over here and we divide that by 0.5 to get how many of these things we're going to need. This says we're going to need 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to need 8 of these guys. 3 rows for 18. So basically we just need this block, only it needs to be up. So great. Wonderful day here in Mathtorio. We just plug it in right there. Can we reach? We can reach. Wonderful. All right, now we're going to have to... Oh, we're still suffering under the red belt problem. Oh, wait. We have to get the material back in. So you're producing grade 1, and it will come here. And this is the only place that grade 1 is produced, right? Yeah, so this is the end right here. So that's no longer needed. Okay, and so this is now gravel out, which we should be able to just steal, right? If I just copy all of this from right here and drag it up, and we do this, but not that. Then we have all the gravel in, right? And this can be done better. Still not done great. But I did say better, right? There is a slight semiological, semiological. There is a slight difference in the meaning between making good and making better. It is said that all save the Almighty can be better. But can any without the Almighty be good? Such a question. So where is gravel out? Do we put gravel out all the way on the edge here? So that's what I'm looking at. Okay, so let's go. All right, all you guys, no longer needed. So we are moving along at a much faster pace now because things aren't stupidly large anymore. We are dealing with the expansive nature of chromium. In fact, all this needs to be cleaned up. Every last bit of it. So maybe not this guy, but all these guys. Yeah. And there's a pipe I just clipped. There's zero chance all these pipes survive. There we go. All right, and then we get into reflux number 2 down here. Okay, so we have now crunched all of the grade 1 and the grade 2 into grade 3. There, that gets out, and that goes out, and then we have a big grade 3 line coming down. So the question is now, how much grade 3 are we going to have initially? Because I know this refluxes as well. So if we have, again, 40, where's the number? Where is that number? Yeah, 40.8 total grade 1. And this is our only source. It gets cut in half. So 40 grade 1 goes to 20.4 grade initial grade 3. All right. That'll give us our initial sizing, right? We're not going to build anything just yet. We're just going to look. And now we're in this terrible step because now you make rejects. All right. So 20.4 IG3 then becomes, what is this? Let's do some math. 20.4. This is where we fell apart yesterday. A smarter person would play the game better. Divide by 1. So it says we're going to need 21 of these guys to start. So we're still probably going to need 4 tiers. Divide by 1 times 2. So this is going to say we are going to be producing 40.8 IG4, 40.8 initial rejects. All right, so now we have to talk about initial rejects. Walk it down here. Here we go. Now we're at where we started losing our minds yesterday. Isn't it fun that we've come back here? So now we have 40.8 initial rejects, and we're going to need divide by 2. So we're going to need 21 of these buildings again, plus some more, because we have this initial rejects is not total rejects. And so we need, and then we are producing 0.4. So 40.8 initial rejects goes to 8.16 grade 3. And our ratio here should be 40% from yesterday. So it's 40 in and 8.16 out divided by 40.8. That's the number? Yes. No, it says 20%. 20%? 20%. No, because it's not 40. That's the same mistake I made yesterday. It is, in fact, the 20 right here, grade 3. Don't use this, use this. That's the ratio. So it's x 0.4 ratio. So now we can get the total. So we have, this is the initial grade 3. And now we multiply it by 20.8 times 0.4. And we get 8.32. And then we do that again times 0.4 because that which refluxes can reflux. And then we get another one, and then another one, and another one. 1.33, and one more, simply for completeness, 0.5. There we go. And then we add this all together. Well, I don't. The machine does. I merely give the instructions to the machine. 33.9. Total grade 3. All right. So now that we have figured out the total amount of grade 3 that we're going to be processing entirely. Sorry, distracted. Now we can size everything. All right, so 33.4. And we already know what's going to happen here, right? We've seen this movie before. We got to process 34 here, just 34 grade 3. And is processed at 1 a second. We're going to need 34 of these guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not so bad. We're going to need 5 tiers. That doesn't include a whole lot of waste. So now the question is, how many can we fit in there? Is that a 3 or is that a 2? I think that's just a 2. Because this is the full 3 right here. And it's like, no, that isn't going to go. So all these guys get picked up. We have to find a better way to get all this water. We're going to once again pick up this pipe. Because it is inevitable. Then all of you come with me. Really? Really? I suppose I am ripping up very large parts of the factory. Come with me, guys. We're going to fix this. And so what I'm looking for is this, right? And honestly, it doesn't matter all that much because we're not going to be able to put anything more on this anyway. All right, so here we have rank 1 and 2. We need 3 more of these guys, and it's going to have to be on the other side of this. So, great. This doesn't have to exist. All right, so let us restate what we have just done. We have produced... Now I'm worried about it being too compact. Look at this going through 4 tiers right here. I do not know that I'm doing the right thing. Well, I suppose we're going to be right down here for the rest of it. So, okay, stop mumbling to yourself. Keep running. Don't think, build. Don't think, build. We have rejects coming out, and we have a main line coming out. Don't think about that right now. Our only job is to get 35 of these hydroclassifiers up and going. So one right there, one right there. We need to get that 3 line I was talking about before. So, is it like this? Probably is better like this, right? Like so. And then we put it just right here. Do we believe? I kind of believe. All right, off you go, friends. Then I have to fix the orgo solvent line again. Was that not it? That is the orgo solvent. Oh, it's not long enough now. All right, got it. Understood. There we go. Once again, we have fixed the orgo solvent line. All right, so what we have done is we have brought in the grade 3 from the grade 3 line right here. And it comes down like so. And then this will split off right here and go this way. And it's blinking. I can't stand the blinking. Right there, nice and straight. Excellent work. Then come around, and then this doesn't need to happen anymore. Because you are... Why are we leaping here? What is the point of that, he asks. Oh, I see what the point of it is. Because we have the, yeah, these guys coming out over there. We'll fix that in a second. All right, so this now gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows. And it's 35, which brings us into the era of the ball mill. Which we will address shortly. I don't know what this is, so I fear it. Don't know what that is. So all this needs to just get cleaned up. Everybody come with me. Everyone come with me. No longer necessary. You have been scaled back. I no longer dream of processing so much material. I know it is impossible. Am I full up again? Why am I so full up? I guess I am doing a massive contraction step right here. So let's take a box, a books as is called, and stick it right here. We'll put some of this stuff in some of these hands, and we'll try to remember that exists, right? Maybe we'll find it, like buried treasure. Many, many hours from now and go, oh yeah, that's here. That's excellent. Oh, and we have still more. Yeah, this was the right call. We're going to still keep this because I think it's neat, but we're going to see if I can keep it. Maybe we're going to keep it here and see if it's okay. We got to get rid of some of these hydrocyclones, right? All right, so energy drink. Let's go. These guys are going to be so pissed at me. That was all of the hydrocyclones. So, no more, please. No more. Let me speak this very strange phrase. I have too many screeners. And then impact crushers. Here's more. Probably have too many mixes on me. Been a long time since I've had to care about my inventory very much. That's nice. That's what happens when you stop carrying raw materials around with you. All right. Maybe then they can climb back in me. I don't know. All I know is I'm whipping them around. They don't. If they would have just stayed still, I would have come and gotten them, but they have no faith in Father. They have to trail after me, mewling. All right, so we have 2 products out. We have the good product, the golden product. That would be Chromium grade 4, right there. You're going to come out like this, and you will be joined up to all the other lines. Then we have the other product, the shameful product, those which did not pass muster. The failures, if you're going to be very, very clear about their status in the factory. They come down on this belt, where they will be subjected to something that I am very hesitant to call punishment, but I will say will be very unpleasant for them. All right, so this, yeah, there's the reflux line. Okay, that's going to be needed. And you come with me. Oh ho! Look who comes all the way back, limping back to the start. Remember when I was standing here, and then I said, just wait for me, guys. And they did not wait. They had to chase after. They had no faith. Well, now you're out of battery. That's what you get. All right, so right here and then right here, right? Join in the chant. Join in the chant. Here. And then here. Right. And now we are in ball mill land, right? So this guy's going to get off the bus right about here, right? So all this can go away. Well, kinda. Let's suspend judgment on that. Anyway, we have 35 of these, which means we need 35 ball mills. Such is the law. And wait a second, no. Yeah, actually, that such is the law. Man, I got tripped up so many times. Yeah, 1 grade 3 makes 2 rejects. 2 rejects gives 40% of a grade 3. So yes, 1 grade 3 makes 40% of a grade 3. By transitive property, associative property, it's one of those. I think transitive is what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 16. Oh no. We're going to have to do 5 of 8, 40. I suppose that's not that bad. I mean, it's not good. It's not that bad. All right, come with me, friends. In fact, we're gonna get all of these in. Everything get deconstructed. Everything come back. Try not to clip any lines, please. Please. Oh, really? We're all the way full up again? How is this possible? See, I almost clipped a line right there. How is this possible, he moans. Oh, and we have still more problems? Guys, you are not being good workers right now. Paste. So right here, that seems pretty good, right? The beacon space is in the middle, so it doesn't matter. So put this down by force. So that gives us 16, and we want more than that. This is going to be a real mess to align properly. All right, and then after this, we need one more. So you guys all go again. Yeah, this is going to be an utter mess. That's okay. Messes are fun. All right, there we go. 5 ranks of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's 8 times 5 is 40. We needed 34. So these guys are superfluous here. It doesn't matter. I don't care. And now if we just kind of eyeball it, this is the end of the normal processing. And now we go into advanced processing. And you see it's like aluminum will be done by now. This is already taking care of silver, and we're going to have a block of gold somewhere. I'm confident we can put it in line, though, now. So it's about the same place as titanium started hitting the liquid stages. Like copper went farther. And so it's not, this is the correct sizing, I think. I think I made the right choice here. And I'm going to continue to cope and say that for as long as necessary, frankly. All right, so what's going on here? Excuse me. These are, you want the rejects. So reject line comes out right here, and that's fine. Oh, and this has to stop here. Oh, wait. We can do better. Again, quite different from saying we can do good. But we can do better. Reject line. Oh, That isn't how we do this. Maybe I did put this down the wrong spot. Ah, well, it's going to be fine. The worst case scenario is it backs up and it gets everywhere, you know? All right, so this comes down here, reject line, hits that. I don't know what you are. I don't know what this is. It's misaligned is what it is. This is suspicious. Oh, I've definitely clipped lines. There is no chance at all everyone's getting out of here whole. All right, there you go. Validates on your way. And this is obviously not right. It's right there. And this is a utter mess. And right there, right there, right there. Okay. So, what can we learn from this? Is there anything to learn from this? Probably pretty important to distinguish between the two cases, eh? All right, all you go away. In fact, that probably doesn't actually happen, but I picked it up now and I'm not taking it back. All right, so this produces a whole bunch of grade 3. Grade 3 comes up here. Let's check the grade 3 line again. Comes up here. So this doesn't happen anymore. And this, I don't think we can leap over all that. Like, absolutely not. It's like 0 chance. Like just 0. Negative chance almost. So we have to touch the line. Yeah, well, not the greatest nor the least sin we have committed this day. Which way are we going? No, we're heading up. We going up, guys. We go up. There we go. Okay, so Chromium rebuild coming along. This is definitely a 3-day process. Coming up, coming up. Like, this doesn't need to be anymore. Because those guys are getting out like that. And then this is, I forget what I'm tracing. This is grade 3, obviously. And then grade 3 comes down here and comes in there. It goes through all this. And then it's done. Okay, good. The reject line is now whole and complete. Failure line has been aligned. And that comes up. And that's what I just traced. It goes back and around. It's right. And then all that's left now is 4. The 4 line. The precious grade 4 chromite. Which makes it to right here. And we haven't done an actual... isn't it like just times 2? If we go take a look... You make, yeah, it's 1 to 2. So we're going to have 68 grade 4 chromium. Just grade 4. If I go look down, that's probably exactly half of this, right? It is exactly half of this. So yes, by cutting everything in half, we have ended up in half again. So we have done the math once again. Apparently I just don't make math errors very often, but I do make just catastrophic errors in judgment. All right, so we're done. We have done this. This is the proper sizing. We have gotten through our blockers right here. And honestly, I feel pretty good about it. This is fine. It's a little ugly, but such is most of the factory right now. All right, saddle up. We're going to get into the next stage of chromium processing. Chromium proc. Now we dunk it into agits. We need agits, centrifugal pans, I think. Agits, floats. This is another expansion step. Look at this. I saw this and got real scared. because right here, this is a tremendous concentration step. We only need like 4 agites. Then it's 100, and then 200 makes 4 of this. So every 1 becomes 2. So if we need, before with the other one, with it doubled, we need 8 of these. Then we start need 16 of these. And this is 1-to-1. We need like 16 of these. And I wasn't seeing it going into a big funnel anytime soon. So, what I'm just saying here is I was right. I was always right. So we need agit, we need float, and then we need centrifugal pan. This is going to be a big step right there. So agit in some number. Oh, wasn't I going to build a model of this? Didn't this work really well last time when I did this? Here, let's just do that. And we will look at it and use that to plan our way. Trees. Dead trees. The only good tree. We need agit. Where are you? All right, you make number 1. Chromium number 1. And it eats at 13.3 a second. So that's a big concentration step, which is good because we need it. All right, so you now flow into, excuse me. I said, excuse me. You flow into the flotation cell, and the flotation cell to the centrifugal pan, right? There's a lot of alternate recipes here, and with a lot of reflux. Ooh. There's a lot of ways where it comes back. Don't like that. So float, where are you? Float, like so. And you make the shiny. Usually this is the end, but not now. And then we make the high-grade chromite in the centrifugal pan. See, they're big, and we're going to need a lot of them. There's already just trees messing me up. Just panic. Grenade panic. All right, so processed chromite. So into this, we don't know our numbers, but we do know what we're doing. Processed chromite right here then goes into, what is this? Oh, it splits. Processed chromite and chromite pulp. All right, this is the first of our big division. Processed chromite goes into a secondary crusher. We're going to start over here. Where's our secondary crusher? Do I not have any? That's embarrassing. Oh, it's right there. Good. So that is one side of it. You're going to crush that into high grade. And this is a reflux step. All right, so you're gonna go equal here. It's going to go here, and I wish I could draw an arrow back like that, but whatever. So right there. And so this just refluxes. So it looks like high-grade chromite becomes processed chromite. And then processed chromite becomes high-grade chromite again at 40% reflux. That's going to really, really inflate the number of these we need, and it's going to be pretty big. I saw this, and I knew I had to cut everything back. Meanwhile, over here we have chromite pulp. Chromite pulp 2 goes into a leaching station, and then we go into another float. So leaching station, this produces stage 2, and this produces stage 3, and now we're at another float, right? All right, now you're at stage 4 and 5 and 6. Okay. And there's going to be some complexity here, right? So let's take a look at this. 4 and 5 and 6. So let's see. You produce 4 and 5 equally. How wonderful. And then this takes 6 and makes 5. Okay, go over there. Just go over there. And this takes 4 and makes 6. So, okay, this needs to be right here. And what do we do with 5? 5 5 goes into 7. Oh, I hate you so much. Why would you do this? Why would anyone do this? Why would this be? Why? Why would 4 go in? 3 go into 4 and 5. 4 goes into 6. I suppose they could have numbered it a little more clearly, but it does have a little bit of sense behind it. All right, fine. But then 6. What happens here? 6 goes into 5. No, I'm sorry. It's insane. This is insane, and everyone around here is insane. We go to, okay, we're going to review. It goes to 1 cube, 3, 4, 6, 5. No. This is, I should probably make this go away. Again, the tragedy is I keep the notes up way too long. So where are we? We have 7 right here, and 7 goes in chromite sand in huge amounts in a scrubber. So in here and goal. Great. So here we have 5 and raw chromite. And so this refluxes, but luckily this was like a very minor reflux. Still have to math it out, right? All right, so you go into 5 can go into 7 in a thickener. Is that what I'm doing? This is 5 into 7. Oh, and this produces 5. Okay. So that goes back into there. Where do we get the gold solution? So 6 goes there, 6 goes there. And this is how it flows through if we do not need any gold. But we have a gold issue in front of us, right? So where does that come in? Chromium Proc. What makes the solution? Did I miss something? Is there a side product? Right here, off of 6 and off of... Oh, there's 2 places where it comes. Oh, no. Oh, no. Mass balance going to be complicated. So off of the the very first step, the very, very, very first step, and also this step right here. It's okay. It's okay. It's going to be fine. And so this down here, you need to be crashed out here in an evap. And that's just as the emergency line. Evap to make the sand out of solution. All right, so that is complete-ish, you know? Here, we'll even stick this on the inside. There, like so. And so this will take everything through and it crushes it down into chromite sand. And then chromite sand becomes molten chromium right there in the same way as always. And eventually we'll put in reduction and sintering, and that's happening soon. All right, don't think about any of this. Chromite sand is a intermediate though, and it has to be collected. All right, so breathe, breathe, calm, calm. Normally, this is when I would actually effectuate the change I want to see in the world. However, we are not quite there yet because we now have to deal with this chromite solution. You need to take a walk to become chromite mix in a mixer. And then after that, you have to be chromite fines in a scrubber, and I'm out of a scrubber. So over here, that's not a mixer. We have a mixer right here. And you go in a different area. We probably handle this first, right? So chromite mix right here. And then we need a scrubber, and I already said I don't have any scrubbers. So, okay, let's go take care of that. And then once we're done with the cognitive challenges of the day, we will continue building out this line. Scrubber in my inventory. Thank you for the soda refill. It's very important to me. And then right here, we need to make chromite fines. All right, so right there, and chromite fines. goes into a centrifuge, and then it goes into a wet scrubber. Do I have a centrifuge? I do. Centrifuge right there. And then it goes into a wet scrubber. Don't even think about putting this into a normal scrubber. Prepared chromium. All right, so it's a fairly straightforward line so far. All right, moving right along. What's next? We go from the P drop to the R drop. Another centrifuge, then we go to rejects, and then we're into actual gold. And it's 2 more centrifuges. You may not have been aware of this, but gold is expensive. Where'd you go, centrifuge? Spinny thing. Come with me, spinny thing. We go from the P to the R, and then the R to the... It's gold, right? Yeah. So rejects right here, and then we make gold. And we also throw off actual chromium here, like actual smelted chromium, which is interesting. So let's just take a pause for a second now that we've actually hit gold and just kind of look at rates. So this is 40 in, 20 out. This is 40 in, 20 out. This is 10 in, 20 out. So this is an expansive step. It's a centrifuge. Thanks, guys. And this is half reduction. This is half reduction. And this is 1/10 reduction. Okay. So after this, everything gets very small. All right. Can I use prod here? No. All right. Gold precipitate type 1. So there's going to be a lot of buildings. It's going to be complicated to set up, but this isn't going to be a lot of building types in a lot of steps, but it isn't going to be a huge number of buildings like primary processing is. So that's a small mercy, I suppose. Anyway, gold precipitate. What do? It goes into concentrate. Oh no. Oh, there's another way to make it. I'm sorry. I thought it was a material to be used somewhere. Pardon me. Oh, gold precipitate's a solid. Oh, I need more leaching stations. Oh, so it makes 1 gold precipitate a second if fueled. Okay. All right, so we need a leaching station, which I don't have, and another wet scrubber. All right, time to go get a bunch of leaching stations and hopefully get ahead of myself here. This is not going to be finished today, guys. Just no, isn't going to happen. We're going to have to finish this off tomorrow at the earliest. This might be our first 4-day, owing to the fact I kind of botched yesterday. My plan did not scale to what was going on. All right, I said something about a leaching station, right? All right, so you take precipitate type 1, and this is a major concentration step. And then after that was a wet scrubber, I think I said. We need all sorts of materials to do this. The biofluid network is going to be way overworked. And bisulfate and sulfuric acid. It's going to be a lot of targeted caravans coming in, I can tell. So look at this. Concentrate comes in, precipitate type 2 comes out. Great. And then precipitate type 2 goes into another wet scrubber to make fluid. And then the solution goes into electrolyzer. So another wet scrubber, I think I said. No. And then you make the gold drop. Yeah, you make the gold crystal, and then the gold crystal becomes the gold drop. And the gold drop in an electrolyzer. Oh my god, they're getting too close. Get rid of all this. Nah. Okay, all of them, they're gone now. They're gone. They're gone. They're gone. They're gone. They're gone. This makes quite a lot of purified gold, at least. Almost certainly only need one of these. Can I prod? No. And then you then go directly into gold plate. No casting machine? No casting machine? Weird. Very strange. Oxygen furnace. Which I guess we don't have, huh? No, we don't. Alright, let's go get a stack of oxygen furnaces. Then we can clean our inventory too. Then we can stand back and look at what we have committed ourselves to. Help, I say. Help me. Look around. There was something else I wanted to dump. That. Don't we have better cooling towers now? Is this not true? Did we not get a better cooling tower recipe? Didn't we research that? Cooling. Right there. Yes. Yes, in fact, that is true. And then I probably have that still on personal logistics, right? Yeah. All right, so get rid of you. Cooling. Give me the better one. There we go. And then we'll recycle these. Is there anything else I need to care about right now? Why do I have so many yellow washers on me? Yeah, there's probably a lot I need to care about. More importantly, we have a bit of belt accumulating. So maybe the crisis is averted. Anyway, I didn't grab the oxygen furnaces. I went and just did inventory stuff. This does not bode well for the cognitive efficiency of the rest of this episode. You. Now we go back. Now we put in the last building in the model. Okay, so hopefully this is us having done all the mental work right here. Now we have gold at one side. We have chromium plate. I mean, we can always just be complete right here. You make chromium, right? You make chromium, right? For serious, you don't? Where is molten chromium coming from? You are made in an electric arc furnace, which I don't have any on me, so it's just never mind. Never mind. Never mind. So gold processing, very straightforward. Here, we'll review it. So it goes in one product, and then one product, one product, one product, one product, and desirable side product, one product, one product, one product, one product, one product, one product. Gonna need nichrome. Funny that I need nichrome when I'm making all this. It's in the chromium line, and now I have to supply a type of chromium to keep going. All right, so what do we do first, everybody? All right, so return of Notepad, the son of Notepad. So keeping going, 68 grade 1, and then here in our model, it's divided by, so 68, right over here. We're going to start again. Grade 4, excuse me, divided by 13.3 a second. Says we're going to need 5, and then it produces 66.6. Oh, I didn't make sure water was hooked up. And that goes to 340 stage 1 pulp. Is that what it's called? Or is it some sort of fluid? Yeah, it's chromite pulp. And we're just going to call it pulp 1. There we go. And that's initial pulp 1. All right. So let's go hook up water. And so we're going to need, how many of these guys? Looks like we're going to need 6 of them initially. And there's a lot of reflux coming around, right? No, it starts at the next step. So agits and a lot of centrifugal pans. That's going to be necessary. So how many agits do I have on me? It's the circle looking thing. Now we need more and more centrifugal pans. All right, is good. So agitator for when you want to get really agitated about your life. And then centrifugal pan. Do I need both of those? Probably. And a whole bunch of flots too. That's coming. Yeah, those will be used. Okay, so I have gotten nowhere near enough. I'm going to keep running back and forth, getting more material. That's fine. That's normal. That's Factorio. Agit times 6, please. Where are you? So right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No need to leave a via because of just how you are. And then zip. Water, that's another thing. There should be a water line coming up the side here. Hopefully this is okay. Getting too invested in this is wrong because I might have to move it or destroy it. There we go. There, water in, and you need to be clipped though. That's good. That's good. Big machine getting ready to go. All right, so good, I say. Can I pick that stuff up? Not yet. Maybe in a bit here. All right, you need what? What else do you need? Hydroxide. And you produce a liquid. So what we're going to do right here is we're going to pull in you like that. This could be beacon space. This could be not beacon space. It really doesn't matter. And then we need to do it over here as well. So I guess we're just going to do this, right? And then put water on top. Or maybe water like, oh yeah, water like this. I guess that means beacon is not on the bottom. This means beacon is not on the top. So how about we do this? And then here, you'll see. It'll be all right. And then water will tie in on the right. And then down here will be beacon space. And so, well, maybe we come up then and staple it right here. And then the bottom is beacon space. Okay, that seems like a fine idea, right? Yeah, okay, done. So pick up all this, put you there, clip these guys, clip that, and clip that. And this is pretty much exactly where we're going to put it because it's lined up all pretty. And you go right there and right there. Done. Water in. Now all I have to do is, well, one, power it up. All right. And then I have to go get our secret ingredient right here. Why didn't I do this properly? He asks, knowing full well it's because he isn't paying attention. All right, perfect. And then you will come in, and this is the end of stage 4. Meaning it is now aerial caravan time. We have to bring in a lot of sodium hydroxide. Here, maybe I should move this back by 1. Well, that doesn't really... It's not really great. Here, we'll move this over by 1. It's still not going to be really great, but it'll be all right. See what I'm doing here? Yeah. I'm going to need to get more whales, aren't I? All right. That's good. That's fine. Oh, I'm out of whales entirely. And I think I'm out of whales entirely up here, too. All right. Maybe I should check on the south factory and make sure nothing's stuck. No, not out. Okay, never mind. Okay, yeah, I will check on the south factory. Because if I run out of red belt, I can't grow the north factory. And if the factory doesn't grow, the factory doesn't grow. And that's just unacceptable, right? So right now, if we go and look, stuck. And you're stuck right here trying to get ASP, and ASP is being made. So this is a happy story, right? And we go look at stainless, which I'm getting real close to being able to make up north. That's going just fine. And we go look at molybdenum, which I have learned to pronounce, thank you. All it took was relentless bullying. Yeah, this is flowing. Perhaps not fast enough, but it's flowing. Okay, I declare there's no problems in the south. No need to think about that anymore. So, whale, come here. Mr. Whale, you may be hungry. Mr. Whale, we need sodium hydroxide, I think? Yeah. Add destination, sodium hydroxide. I know full well that the infrastructure cannot support everything. By the infrastructure, I mean we don't have enough sodium hydroxide, we don't have enough sand, we don't have enough anything really. We have enough for one thing at a time to go. And I have ambitions beyond one thing at a time. So we're going to have to massively build out a lot of this stuff. See, we don't even have any sodium hydroxide, which is interesting to me. Stop this. Come back to me. Fill cargo, and then come here. I want you to empty your cargo. So let's ask ourselves a question. Why don't we have any sodium hydroxide? I put in a fairly large sodium hydroxide maker. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be as large as it needs to be, but it's pretty large. So it looks like we have a lack of salt. We have a lack of salt because we did just turn off a salt line, I guess. And this guy's on his way. So, yeah. See, this is what I mean about needing one at a time, because this just gets eaten through so fast. It's a slow whale, though. I can upgrade it. Yeah, all this just getting obliterated. It can be prodded and sped, though. Yeah, well, maybe not right here. Maybe that has to be trimmed back, and then prodded and sped, and then everything will be better. But not right now. And then the sodium hydroxide flows, right? Yes. All right, so this is all predicated on having enough salt, and we have nowhere near enough salt. All right, noted. Don't care. We'll manage it later. So here we have stage 1. Okay, great. Time to go consult our model again. Stage 1 ends up with this. And there's going to be 2 points of reflux here. So I guess we do the math right now. So here we are with the pulp 1 right down here. Great. Pulp 1, and we just want to get amounts. So just don't think about buildings, just think about amounts. So 340 divided by 66.6. And that's going to give me 1.33 of the cube. And so this will produce, just initial production is 6.79 shiny initial cubes. All right, so there's 2 reflux steps we have to care about right now. So, and then 1 cube becomes 1 cube here. And then stage 2 goes on and some comes back. So So this many cubes will then become, here, divided by 0.4 times 40. Is that right? Is this an expansive step? This says 679 initial pulp 2. Does that seem right to us? Let's look at this with a critical eye. So this produces 1.33, and every one of the 1.33 is, it's going to be 66, right? So it should be the same in and the same out, right? One chromite. So one chromite. So no, it is a massively expansive step, because 66 liquids makes one of these chromite cubes. And then this chromite cube, makes 1.33. So what is that? It's not quite 50. 1.33 divided by 6.66. 2. Every 50 liquid makes 1 cube. So every 50 liquid makes 1 cube. And then, that makes sense? Let's try it again. 66.6 divided by 1.33. Yeah, so every 50 liquid makes 1 cube. Great. And then 1 cube becomes 100. So 50 liquid becomes 100 pulp. So 50 pulp 1 becomes 100 pulp 2. So we'd expect to see double, and we see double. Okay, good. We proved that to ourselves. Look at that. We can possibly do math. All right, so now we have these cubes, and then they go right here into an equal amount of what I will refer to as the foul cubes. The foul cubes right here just get passed through, and then they get crunched. And so 66.9 foul cubes then goes into here 6.79 times 0.4. That is 2.7 true cubes. And this is a reduction of times, so 2.7 divided by 6.79, 40. So that is a strong reflux. Oh, and we could probably have told that right there, because it says right there, 40%. I didn't have to calculate it. It was told to me. All right, so there's a strong reflux right there, and there's still another method of reflux coming. So this means cube process 1 and 2 is 6.79 plus 2.7 plus and then 6.79 times 0.4. Yep, correct. Times 0.4. And it's going to be 1.1. And then after that, it's going to be 0.4. All right, so equals, grab these guys all together. That's going to be 11 true cubes in total from these two steps, from this input. 11 true cubes. That's needed for sizing. That's all. All right, so let's keep going. We have made some pulp. And so we have to walk this pulp through. And so we get a reduction step of 50% right here. So, and then we ended up with, here, we're just going to ballpark this now. Pulp 3. We're going to do it again when we do it again. But then right here is a split, but it's a half is what we care about. So it's 170. Pulp 5 question mark? Sure. No, it's pulp 6. Pulp 6? Pulp 4? No, it's pulp 4. Okay, got it. All right, so pulp 4, right here. We have to get all the way down here. So pulp 4, pulp 4, pulp 4, pulp 4, pulp 4, pulp 4. Pulp 4 is just a pass-through at this step. So it's a pass-through, so it's 170, pulp 6. And then it comes down here. Pulp 6 becomes 170 divided by 100 times 0.2. That comes out to 0.34 true cubes, which just gets added into everything else up here. And so that also will reflux. So it's 0.34 times 0.4 times 0.4. So it's plus this times 0.4, and like it goes down to 1.14. And we're just going to call this ... 0.5 true cubes once it goes through there. So our entire, so the sizing that we did here is 11.5 true cubes total. That's what we did there. We by refluxing everything over and over and over again. So we got this reflux. Or did I? Or did I? Okay, think. So we get to this step and we get this liquid. And the liquid is constant. And then it makes high-grade chromite. And then high-grade chromite makes the new liquid. So it's 11 true cubes in. So wait a second. No, we did this wrong just a little bit because we were going off the initial input. Right here. Pulp 1, and that's no longer relevant to this. It's number of true cubes. And so if it was 11 true cubes off this step. Oh, door's ringing. Okay, so if the only thing that matters is the number of true cubes in total after all reflux is counted for, this means that we are going to end up with not 680 pulp. We're going to end up with 1100. So that has to be like this. And then here, let's do it like this instead. Arrow. So I can keep the ratios. And now we have a halving step right here. Right? And then we have it again right here. And that's going to be what? 275? Is that it? Is that right? Do I actually have to do this? Yeah, I do. 550 divided by 2. Yeah, it's 275. I should trust myself, but at the same time, I should absolutely never trust myself. All right, so down here, we've gotten already to pulp 6. And now the pulp 6 crashes out some true cubes again. So 275 right here. 275 divided by 100 times 2. Divided by 100 times 0.2, excuse me. That is 0.55. So we're already at 0.55 true cubes. And what sort of ratio is that? We put 11 in and we got 0.55 out. So 0.55 divided by 11. This is 0.05 ratio. So 11 in, 0.55 out, 0.05 for the reflux for this step. So it's going to be, here, this is kind of nonsense. And that's a multiplier. It's a very clean that it's 1/20. So it's 11 plus 11 times 0.05. That gives us 0.55 plus, do it again, and it just diminishes to nothing really fast, right? Because 1/20th, of course, 0.303. And that gives us grand total right here. 11 and a bit over a half true cubes total. Now, the wonderful thing is, I'm pretty sure because I took the reflux into account up here, that I don't have to take it into account again up here. Like this 0.3, does it go through 40% up here? Because then do we have to do a balance on this 0.55? Does it have to it does reflex. So this isn't quite right. So it's 0.55 times 0.4, and then that refluxes off that. That's right. This makes better sense to me. There's two sources of reflux, 0.45, and then it's 0.22 plus right there, 0.09, and we're just going to declare that done. So this is one source of reflux from this branch, and that gives us to 0.86. And then there's the other source of reflux, which we haven't done it yet. So 0.55 plus, and that's 0.1/20th, right? And that's going to go down to 0.03 rather. And we're just going to stop it here. We don't want the 0.55 in there, do we? Do we? No, that's from full reflux. Okay. So this just has to be another addition step right here. We'll put it in parentheses for some reason. And so that's going to be 9. So we're actually looking at 89. I don't think that does a lot. Man, this is complicated. I don't have a lot of confidence in this answer, but I do have confidence in the scale of the answer, you know? I see this as working out. So, okay, we're going to write this. We are going to grave this on our souls. This will be what we work off of. We're going to size everything off of this much initial. So here we go. It's time to be a star. Come with me. And we're going to try to put this in place. In my pants, please. And then maybe we're going to turn this into gold land right here. Almost certainly need to do this. And how many of you do I need, sir? No, wait a second. Oh, wait. We're not quite there yet. Okay, so this is, once again, this is the chromite pulp in, and it's right there. 340. So, all right. 340 divided by 66.6. So we're going to need 5 of these guys. Yeah, it eats it pretty efficiently. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I have to round up. Okay, great. And we don't even need to put in a via right there. So let's concentrate on this for a moment. We're going to need air, not a lot. We're going to need aeroflot, not a lot. And we're going to need the pipe. So we're going to have a series of pipes coming in the back, which means we're going to have the beacon be right here on this side. And that's okay. And so we're going to do this just like normal. Going to spend all this pipe we have on us. So good, 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 and good. Nope. There we go. And then you guys copy and paste. Copy and paste. And we can do this a little better. This lets us walk through, but it is a little silly. All right, and so we have two things out, a liquid and a solid. And we have just enough room right here to do this. And still put a beacon in. No, it's a little more than just enough room. All right, that's still good. Right there, right there, right there. Okay, so this is what we're doing. And now we're going to align it right. Oh, press that button. I guess right there. There we go. So, Aeroflot. Time to bring that in. Where are you, biofluid? I summon the... Where? Oh, okay, so it's over here in a very inconvenient spot. Who did this? Who did this? Like so. Absolutely no problems with the biofluid network, by the way. And it's been many, many, many hours of it working. I haven't seen anything wrong. I haven't encountered any problems with anything stopped or working strangely. I want to say I have done it, friends. I have fixed it. They say you should never try to fix her. But you know what? I fixed her. All right, so we're just going to stick the pressure pump over here, right? There's no need to do anything fancy with this. Just like right there. There's the pressure pump. You need to make air. Really? You're not hooked up? That isn't hooked up? Oh. Okay. You have a point, I suppose. Okay, good. So snag that. Okay, that's hooked up. Now you should probably go there. Continue decorating this. Getting in all of the materials needed, not just some. We're actually bringing in everything that's required this time. All right, there we go. Plenty of space for vias. Great work. Next up, Aeroflot. You have to come in right here, right? Which means it's now a tank right there and a receiver. Here, let's not be quite so barbarous. Receiver tank, which means this needs to come across like so, and then that comes down one more. And then right there. Bring me Aeroflot. Right there. All right. All of this. Come in. There. Hooked up. Now I bring down our product, which I need to turn around right here. No problem. And then wire it up. And I will leave a gap. No, I won't. All right, so there we go. Aeroflot, all this is going, and now we need a line. We have to do something. We should tackle the gold now, I think. This should be gold area. If I can fit it in right here, this should definitely be gold area. And the cube should come over here somewhere. This is, just remember, almost 12 cubes. And what's this going to cost me coming up right here? Did I do that right? Did I do that right? No, I did. I did. So keep looking at the cubes. And then you put there, and then this is cubed in here, and this needs to use a lot of centrifugal pans. How many are we going to need? This is not something I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of peeking ahead. Because I can't focus, I suppose. Where's my centrifugal pans? I mean, it's honestly hard to tell them apart. Oh, right there, I guess. They're big, and you do this. 0.4 a second. Oh no, friends. 11.89 divided by 0.4. We're going to need 30 of these guys. Yeah, there was no way I could do it because I would need 60 of them at the old area. It's just, no, guys, nah, this is dumb. This is dumb and everyone involved with this should feel bad. 30 of these guys. All right, just get in my pockets. We're doing gold. Here, let's get the whole gold stack. Just pick it all up. Everything over here. We're going to try to get it to work. This entire thing. Go grab all of it for me, my boys. And then we're just going to stick it right here, I guess. We're going to try to make it work. Gold stack. And if we get through gold today, that's honestly a fine place to stop. So getting through this in a half hour, I think is a little ambitious, maybe. Just a teensy bit ambitious. All right, so let's do this down here. I'm going to get rid of the notepad after that. Let's get rid of it now. I don't like it on the screen like that. All right, so we had determined previously from the notepad that we had 340 initial pulp. Yeah, it's the initial pulp that matters here because that's what makes... No, there's another place to make chromite solution. Oh, help me. Notepad, come back. All right, so we have two things. Two things we have to think about here. So we have 340 initial pulp 1. Initial IP1 becomes... How much solution is that? 340 divided by 66.6, because that's how much it uses and it produces. So it's a straight pass through of 340 initial chromite solution, ICS. That's what it's called, right? Chromite solution. And now we have to go back again because there's another place that makes chromite solution. And that's all the way down here. Now we can and will have to install vents off this. There's no reason not to scale this properly. So if we are at chromite stage 6, if we go up here and we have right here, this is how much pulp stage 6 we're dealing with right now. Though I suppose I need to go back and redo it because this was with 1100. So just... Yeah, I gotta redo it. So we have to do it again because of the second refluxing. All right, so this we know is 1180 because it just follows the same pattern because this is how many cubes we have now with the second reflux taken into account. Okay. This is proper. This is right. Which brings us to this much pulp stage 3. And then we cut it in half again, which leads us to this much pulp stage 4. And that's this much pulp stage 6. This is excessively complicated, for me anyway. And then we're not caring about true cubes at this point. We are putting in, so half of that comes out of solution. And then we'll put a parenthesis here. Then we divide by 2 again. 149. I suppose that's supposed to be 150, right? 149 ICS. Because the pulp 4 goes in right here, and then half of it comes out. No, all of it comes out as pulp 6, but half of it comes out as solution. All right. And so if we take this, and then it's going to equal a number. And it's going to be 400 89 ICS total. Okay. Do I have confidence in this number? No, not at all. There's too many reflux stages. There's only, I think I've accounted for everything here. I think, maybe. I am of the opinion that I'm at least getting close. Okay? Does that work? I'm getting close. Oh no, this is going to be big. And so I have to do this and then just re-look at this again. Yeah, it's a straight pass through. And now we have to divide by 40. So we're going to have to put in 13 of these. So no, gold probably can't go in here only. Gold is probably going to spill out over here. It's going to start half and half and half and halving, but there's a lot of steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we only have 4 blocks to do this in. Let's do some rough scaling, right? So this does half then. And if this does 40 a second, so we're going to need half as many of these. So we're going to need 2 rows of these, 1 row of you. And then this is an expansive step again. We're going to need a lot of these. I think this isn't going to work. I think gold is going to take too much. Because it looks like this is going to be 2 rows here, 1 row there. It looks like it's probably going to be 2 rows of the centrifuges. Because it just kind of undoes this step right here. Yeah, and then it expands again. But this is another reduction step. In both it does more per second and it outputs less. And this is a reduction step. And this is going to be expansive. Then into here, it's a bunch of stuff. I am not sure how to proceed here. I am not sure what is best. Like, probably most thematic would be to take the chromite solution and then pipe it out over here somewhere and then do a gold line. I mean, if I say it like that, isn't it like I got to do it now? I was expecting it to be more like silver right here, where it's super integrated. But okay, I guess we don't do that. I guess we bail on gold for right now, and we come back and do it later. We try to find a good site for it based on how big it's going to be. But we have to just, again, another thing we have to grave on our soul. Almost 500 ICS a second coming out of this. That's the scaling factor for all this. So maybe I'll really rough it out later. I don't know. Anyway, these guys, come with me. We're going to do you now. I don't know where this is going. This, well, actually, I do know what we have to do. We have to put an overflow valve in order to evaporate it out. So this is just a hanging thing that needs to be addressed probably later. All right, so that's fine. We will address this later. We have approached the dilemma, and we have decided not to address it now. Thank you. This meeting is adjourned. There's a buffet in the lobby. So putting these right next to each other seems like a bad plan. So what we need to do, I think we needed 30 of these. Do I remember saying those words? Did I actually speak those dread words into existence? We need 30 of these. So, yeah, we have 11.9 of these. So 11.89 divided by 0.4. We need 30 of these. Oakley, dokily. Well, the good news is we can only put 5 in, so this is, oh, nope, put those back. So there really is no problem having this in place like this. This is going to supply all the water we need, and we need a lot of water. Bad news, of course, is we're going to need 6 tiers of this, and we're going to need beacon space. So, 6 tiers says we have, oh, it's an in and an out too. This is a chunky build. All right, so here we have the in, and then right here we will have the out, like so. Yes, and then we have the stage 2 solution, which I suppose we just do like this, right? There's no problem here. And then we'll put a line somewhere to pass the water around. So, like this, and then the exact same thing under there. And then somewhere around here is a via, right? We're not going to make any warranties about where that might be. Okay. And then, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, that should be obvious, but existentially, right here before you, speaking as a fellow human being. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys. So beacon's in the middle right here. This is beacon space. And this is just space. So it's probably in and then out, right? And this is what we're doing. And then we have to go into grinders at some point. Yeah, we did this right. Okay. All right, so now all that's left is power. All you must do is accumulate sufficient power. Then you can influence your fellows at will. Yeah, Chromium just absolutely wrecking me. Which I suppose is what everyone wanted to see. From the Pi devs on down. So right there. I don't really consider myself a Pi dev. Even though I've contributed at this point. I'm more just a person playing a game and getting hands-on at times. Alright, so right there. Then you're coming down like this. And we'll leap and put the secondary product here. You gotta go sit over there for a second. Because right now we need to probably grab all y'all. And then a big V. And put this in like this and just, yeah. With no, that's wrong. It's like this. With every giant wad of buildings I place, I am more convinced I have made the correct decision in truncating the amount of stuff coming in and then moving gold out. So here we have 10. We need 3 times as much. Can we fit this here? Oh, we can't. I mean, we can just barely. Can we make it any more compact? I mean, we can make that work. That's not a problem. Welcome to Via Land, guys. Please use the Via. The Via is there for your convenience. And this works. I mean, I don't hate it. It's very tight, but at the same time, it's not the worst thing I've ever done. I've done plenty worse. Okay, right there. I almost certainly don't have enough pans, right? So let's go get the pans. I'm running low on belt. For some reason, I can't really put my finger on. Okay, so here we are. We have gone to step 2. Well, step 3, frankly. Yeah. Okay, we can do this. It's going to be okay. It's going to be just fine. Everyone just has to stay calm. And I'm looking at you. Yeah, that's right, you. You got to be calm. Everyone just be cool. Centrifugal pans are just so slow. I suppose that's that mirrors life right there, but still. Life irritates me quite often. Why would you want to mirror that? Right, so down here, over here, and back we go. Oh, we're almost done with an upgrade I don't care about at all. Wonderful. All right, so the centrifugal pans are in. And now this guy is going to be next. Come with me, friend. You're going to have to come down here somewhere. Okay, great. Because you are making false cubes right here. And then we have to put in enough processors of false cubes. Right? This is correct. And the input we need is the fluid that we make right there. No. The input we need is cubes. And we put out fluid. All right, so we are going to be bringing false cubes over, I guess. So time to wrangle that. So you leap. And I am definitely going to run out of belt. Where's that box I put down? Right there. Box of all sorts of fun stuff. Enough belt? No. Will I take it? Yes. So down here. And we also have to push in right here. Doing just Factorio things. Just Factorio things at scale. Down here. Then once again, we will wire this up. Excellent. Okay, so that's all that coming in. Now we have to hook up water, and water is going to be this line over here. We're going to continue to mine out almost out of everything. And it's probably fine. All right, so you tap in there. I'm assuming this is enough water, and if it isn't, there's a very straightforward way to get more. So that is pleasing to me. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it don't fit. It does not fit because of this line. Can I steal exactly one more space? And the answer is yeah, but it's not going to look so great. That's fine. That's just fine. All right, everybody stay calm. Everybody just stay very, very, very calm. Go right here. Pull that up. Exactly one more. The bot's just so pissed at me. All right, so all of this is very suspect. Like that shouldn't be there. That shouldn't be there. Like all of this is... Do I have enough space for a beacon right here? Well, the beacons go in the center, right? Okay, right here. That's beacon space and that's beacon space. So yeah, it doesn't matter. And now the phosphine slides straight... And the water slides straight through right here. That's what I was going for. Okay, good. But this is going to need help. So, fine. There. And once again, it will be a miracle if I get out of this without clipping a whole bunch of lines. Anyway, as I was flailing, that's not right. This is right. Okay, lots of water hooked up. Good. Okay, getting better. Slowly getting through this. Maybe I should hook up everything else along the backside too. All of the, nah, the product chemical should come out on the other side. Just for like internal consistency. So, okay, chromium, stage 3. This is probably a pretty good place to put you. I don't even know if it's stage 3. I don't know where we're at. Well, this is stage 3 technically. But what step we're on, we don't know. Is that just... No, we've made pulp stage 2. This is going to be so... It's going to take a lot of time to get through this. We're looking at 2 more episodes at this point for chromium, and then maybe like the same for gold. All right, review time. We have 5 times 6, an enormous amount of centrifugal pans to turn the true cube into the false cube, and also make chromite stage 2 liquid. All right, so we're going to deal with the false cubes right now. So if we have 11.89 true cubes, and that passes into 11.89 false cubes. And this eats 1 false cube a second, so therefore we need 12 of you guys. So 1, 2, 3, then we'll leave a via right there. And then we put more on the bottom, and the beacon space will be on the south side. Actually, we're not going to do it like that. As much as it pains me to have it be slightly uneven, this maintains the pairs, which I think is more important. So you need ins and outs. Oh, you need kind of mega outs. Do I need sand later? Is it worth keeping the sand in-house? I kind of did that wrong, didn't I? All right, that's fine though. Okay, rough this out, and then go get a secondary crusher stack. And suffer not this to be a problem. Secondary crushers, where are you? You are right there, right? Yeah, not a pressure pump. How we doing here? Okay, maybe our crisis is over. Need more pipe. Okay, is good, maybe. Is what we're doing? Yes. And all the way down to here. Okay. So the plan is the false cubes come in and come out here, and then true cubes come in, and they have to go all the way back around to right here, where they will be. No, it actually has to be further up. It has to be like this. And then input priority from the other side. Yeah, it has to tie in right here. So true cubes shall come in right there. Just avoiding all these pipes. Cowardice? Perhaps. All right, so down here, and then this will get hooked up. There's waste line right there. Not waste, but reflux. And then you have to come all the way up here, and logically, you have to go in. And you can go wherever you want. The output doesn't matter. Okay, fantastic. So what we have to do is here. We're going to do this different. This guy's going to come like this, and we're going to do a hug belt. And he comes around, gives a hug right there, and then comes that way. Beautiful. And then this will come right there at whatever level we put it at. We will put beacons right here. Why does it look off center? It's not, but it looks like it. Building footprints are weird. Like there, like there. Sad it doesn't immediately pick up everything betwixt. All right, so good. We're getting there. All right, let's get this finished off. I'm getting tired. So what we're going to have to do here is this is going to come in hug belt. So like so, like so. Well, I guess the product's out this way then, so I'm going the wrong way. Fantastic to see. Super happy to see that. Not a problem. I wonder if there's a button I can press to just reverse a belt, you know? Like that, only reverse the entire belt. Seems like it might be useful, which means it probably exists, and I just am ignorant of it. As I am ignorant of so many things, and we have to do both of these. You have to be false chromite cube. False cube. No, you are high-grade chromite. Yes, you're redeemed cube. False cube goes in, redeemed cube comes out. Sand. Sand right there. All right, so around, like so. Oh, and around an H. And then around, and H. There. Symmetry. And then we're going to have to clean this. And I think the sand is necessary at other points in this. So we might not even have to export it. We'll do a quick mass balance on it and figure out if I'll have to. All right, so this, I'm committing to this, right? So pick all this up. Put it right there. Boom, creation wave. Oh, and I didn't put any electricity in. That's a shame. I think I'm probably going to call it after this. Despite not getting terribly far, I feel like I accomplished a lot. All of that was just math, though. And as we know, math is not real. It is but a model of the world they use to deceive you. Do not mistake mathematics for reality. The two are very different things. All right. Imagine if I could put prod in this step specifically. Actually, they should do that. I want to say that, yes, they should drop this to 0.2, 20% high-grade chromite come back, and allow prod on this step. It will destroy the ability to calculate what goes on here. And it's so important. That's a really good idea. That's evil. Oh, wow. I'm going to suggest that in the hard mode board. Hold on a second. Okay, done. I think that's evil. All right, now SAP upgrade. What do I do now? What? Just here, click this. Just research whatever that is, please. Okay, we got to wrap this up though. So I'm going to do this step and I'm going to stop. Right here, we have to turn left, turn right, and then decide our fate. So output priority to the right, and I want high grade chromium, high grade chromite. Yeah, off you go. And then sand goes off the other way. So let's go look at our model. Oh, which we don't have to go down for anymore. We have suddenly found the level of. We still have all this to do. That's at least another block. Yeah, if we put that right there and that's all it takes. Yeah. Yeah, extracting gold was the right idea. Imagine if I had double the material coming in for this. It just don't work, friends. Who needs sand? No. 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 And yes. You need 10 sand. So let's just kind of see if we can ballpark how much we're making. 0.4 a second? Yeah. Yeah. Even if there's only one of these going, well, okay. Yeah, even if there's only one of these going, then it will absorb the sand from all of this. So great. And we also have to remember there's another cube coming. So I guess we don't do this, huh? There's another line of cubes coming from the next block. So perhaps what we do is this then. Then you go output. You're now how rate chromite. Up right there, like so. Then we just leap. And we'll end up with a sand line going south. Right? And that'll be for the end. And I think we're done, right? I don't think there's anything more to do here or here. Tomorrow we start in on the rest, and then after that maybe we do gold. Maybe we save it for later. I kind of have to do it now though, right? I kind of want to at least scale it out to see how many city blocks it's going to take. I get the feeling it's going to take more than I suspect, especially since there's so many expansive steps here. Okay, we'll figure something out. So, yeah, okay, we're done. No more. It's been 2 hours. Yeah, it's been just over 2 hours. So today, can't say I'm super thrilled with what I had to do today, but I am done. Yeah, I'm done now. Goodbye. I'm gonna get out of here. This has all been quite a lot. And tomorrow we do the next half of Chromium. I think I can probably get through Chromium. There's only a few steps left. And we have to treat the chromite solution as if I don't need any gold. So I just have to slap in a overflow valve on that. Maybe we just run Chromium forward for a while and just not produce gold. That's not a terrible way to go about it. All right, here we go. Zoom in, look at yourself, smile. Smile at yourself because you like yourself. You're the right person in the right place, doing the right things for all the right reasons. The beating, happy center of the world. Positive. Positivity. All right, so what we want is not like that. There we go. That's the level. And we just kind of just barely see that ore patch at the bottom of the lake right there. There. Screenshot. What did we do today, ladies and gentlemen? We struggled with chromite processing. This has probably been the hardest one I've dealt with. I was not prepared for how this was structured and how it was working. I did a lot of math and I determined that the ore crushing stage in chromium production is extraordinarily efficient compared to all the rest, and I'm not able to hold to my plan of an entire city block versus crushers. That would result in an enormous amount of buildings everywhere, and it's already a very large number of buildings. Like this is just 30 centrifugal pans, but those things are big, man. But here we are. We've gotten all the way through this. We thought, okay, I thought, and you laughed. I thought and you laughed that I would be able to get gold processing in here, and I thought gold processing would be more or less the same as silver, which is right here. Fits in very snugly into a city block. The gold line right here is not going to fit into a city block. And I'm not even done with chromium here. I think I'll be able to finish it off right here, but there's just no room for it. I'm going to have to take the chromite solution and I'm going to have to bring it over here somewhere and do gold production further down the line, which is fine. Except the problem is like, it'll be like a little stubby one like this. Maybe I can put gold production below bitumen production right here, you know, because it's just doesn't matter. Put it like right here. And if it's a stubby line, it's fine. And then we'll have gold. And then we'll have actual casting down here too. That'll look nice. I don't think we have quite enough room for glassware because there's a lot of glassware processing coming. Now I probably have to redo this entire stack. Because does this look like it has the right ratio? Spoiler alert, it does not have any of the right ratios. But that's something to do. So maybe one of these days I'll redo either coal. Now coal should be left open. Redo bitumen right here. Bitumen processing probably doesn't belong in this line. Oil sands processing rather into bitumen and such. Right here, maybe we put gold there. Maybe we put it over here and just be classic. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But the point is, I am now done. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.